this meeting is going to be for 30 minutes. Yeah. Good morning from Ghana. My name is Frederick Webo. Say a big thank you all exhibitions there. First and foremost, I want to thank the TBC admin for the work you are doing. I also want to thank all the leaders, the 1,000 TBC, I assume out there. So I want to thank our 1 million broadcasters out there. We love you. Today, you're looking at the topic. Yes. So on set with me today, I have my wonderful partner and assistant, Ben.
Good day, everyone.
Yeah. And I have my wife in the office.
Hi.
Say hi. Your name again? Sewa. Yeah, is with us. We have a lot of people here doing a lot. A lot is happening with TBC in Ghana. I just want to give you a brief rundown of what we're doing. Briefly, we are conducting training, FS training for merchants, TBC merchant, for fiat. Let's go to the blog. That the blog will direct our discussion this morning. It's going to be a very brief meeting. We Blue campaign is the way on the bridge. So what do you think is in the mind of the admin then when so we are on the bridge being here for a while now and
it represents already is heading to or how this whole thing is going to take over the world. Because from where we're standing today to the next phase where everybody will come to the rest, and all. But it tells me like today, they want to see others start first. So since we are taking lead, we are sure. I agree. The vision, speaking about some of projects we are working on currently in our own office and with the leadership in Ghana here, the real estate project. It's amazing how proposals are coming to us. The last time we had a company, this and this they want it to be. So we, because of the vision, electricity issue in Ghana, we immediately grab it when people can now purchase landed property in Ghana, in West Africa, with TBC. Then the bridge, we are already almost at the tail of the bridge. We almost crossed it.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Wow, and you got a bank so full of life. We're so blessed to have and on the will extend to. Now, for now, we just a contract. We just want our lawyers to look at the deal. The deal is already done. Got one in this new area, developing area here in Ghana, where it has that
the new airport.
The proposed site for the proposed site for the new airport. So we are so grateful to God for this wonderful thing. So what our focus? If you go to the blog post, very recent blog post coming from the admin, you see it's all about cash flow, proof of regular use. It's a large TBC has made this lovely TBC on first broadcast. You can, when you click on this, cash flow campaign is a brilliant based TBC Kringle such that they can we can give them free energy. We have engineers among us, we have builders among us to see how we can get the cash flow. So we're looking at free energy. People can definitely they can get. We've not really valued the wattage. We're looking at an office with 3 air conditioning. We can power. We have systems that can power an office with as much as 3 air conditioning. So if you make a purchase of say certain amounts, we're looking at we're capping it at $10,000 and above. Buy $10,000 and above, we will build a free energy system for you.
That's amazing. The energy issue is what has actually talking about the abundant base, economy TBC is proposing or bringing to the world. This is one of the way out, Because if we are able to cut down on our bills, these bills that the elite has been making us pay, especially on a par, bro, I think this will actually, make the world understand the direction at which TBC is leading us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, as we said, we also, the low cost housing is also going on. So with these systems, now we are also training people on how to trade the FS. I've been trading for years. Closer Capital has been involved in training individuals, banks, and doctors, lawyers, even farmers, all kind of individuals out there has been trained in FS. So we want to use this campaign to also train technicians who would like to participate in the markets. You want to understand how the market operates. We have basically system created by the elites, which cannot just go away easily. The market is a system created by the elites, so we still have to play and win them at their games. So now we have TBC as an asset, the wide trained technician, because technicians have assets. Their TBC is an asset. You train them, they can trade and master the art of trading. The major problem with traders is cash. That's funding. Most of them don't have funding. Who would want to give you
the capital,
the capital to trade, to gamble with? You know what I mean? But we believe if you have passion for it and you are properly trained, and then you have the asset to back up this risk, I'm sure you can do a lot. Like what we're trying to do at Dozen now, we are also looking at one way providing fiat system for our own members, such that but it has to it's coming through our trading platform. So we are creating the money from the market. So let's say you want to buy 100,000 watts of TBC from our trading system. You can actually exchange 10% of your TBC monthly for 12 months.
Yeah.
So because we can put these monies in the forex market with professional money management and trading tools. We can actually do as much as 100% and above.
That's 100%.
Yeah,
if you're giving 10% every month.
Yeah. So our focus is to create money out of this funds through the forex market. We can't ignore the market.
Yeah.
Then for the next, he said the next is a massive community growth. We shouldn't forget that we are going to 1 billion. We are still at 3.3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we are going to 1 billion. Even at 30 million, we are still young.
Yeah.
At 300 million, we are still young. We are still going there. We are going to 1 billion. See, it's a currency that is proposed, for the whole world. We're looking at it's a currency, true money, that the world can use, the world system can follow. The system of the elites, which was designed on scarcity and debt, is a root cause of poverty in the world today.
That's right.
See, so TBC is designed to end poverty, and we need to show the world how proof of how you can use TBC.
I think I see something as you're explaining now. I'm just getting more, my eyes opening more to the vision of the admin. I think the idea for the bridge where we are right now, which is the cash flow. I think if we get cash flow and people can now liquidate or see how, because the major concern of people right now, especially those who are not properly educated about the difference between asset and liability, the first thing they want to think about is how to cash out. But when you listen to the world leaders, when you talk about, I can make mention of Kiyosaki, which is one man I respect and I follow. One of the things he teaches is that when you have assets, you want to keep it. You don't want to sell your assets. So he spoke in one of his YouTube videos. He was talking about how his gold is kept outside the US. So the question I kept asking myself is, why do you want to just give away, your asset today? So I think what the strategy or the wisdom I'm seeing in what the admin is doing now is that when people have this cash flow, when we create value, like what we are doing right now, create value, and people can now get money on daily basis, they can now go into attracting that's where the community growth campaign, I think that's how systematically it will fall in place.
Yes.
Because people now will be attracted, because easily they can, cash out in fiat, spend, and use it for their needs and so on and so forth.
The system is already messed up. We know.
Yeah.
If a bank CEO is lamenting that he doesn't have money, he has properties, he has cars, and nobody's buying, we know that the banks are failed.
Yeah.
How can we help, to build the system, to build the economy? TBC is a solution. Basically, we can, show them how to use TBC instead of having that's your house or your car, a single asset that require a single entity to buy. Yeah. You can sell your car in exchange for TBC, so that you have a finite, you now have a finite amount of this digital currency. You can sell them, in any amount instead of waiting for somebody to buy that whole lump. Yeah. You can sell them in bits. You can sell them in $100. You can sell them in bits of say $1,000. And it's crypto money is more attractive than your car, than your house, so we are, educating the world about, the future of our money. Your hard-earned money should not lose its value. Yeah. That's just a fact. Now we also look at the we're still looking at the roadmap. He said, then the next is the massive community growth. Yeah. Basically, the adoption of the coin would create massive growth.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So at the same time, TBC is not about selling, as an asset to you. It's about education. It's an action, showing you the best way to do things. Yeah. Instead of doing things the conventional, the other way. Yeah. Living, with the mindset of scarcity, with the mindset of debt. We are showing you that you can use an asset. You can protect yourself against every other unnecessary hedge. So this become a hedge to whatever you are doing out there. So we are telling you you have a free 250 Kringles, which is about $2,000 today, to start whatever you want to do. Yeah. So what you need to do is just pay your $10 admin fee, your lifetime wallet fee, to keep us keep your transaction for your send button to be on, number one, and number two, it all, unlike Bitcoin, when you transfer funds among yourself, there are charges. So you can move the same amount of coin to another person without charges. I think that's beautiful. So now he said, then comes the merchant adoption campaign. That is where our Forex training system is coming in. We want to train people to be able to trade their monies in the market. Basically, trading is not for everybody. For those risk takers, people that are ready to learn. We've been trading for years, and we believe if we train you on how to manage your own funds in Forex market, you follow our systems, you would have the confidence to be able to start your own exchange. Like what we do now. If you buy a certain amount, say $5,000 and above, for you to be a separate agreement. It's not part of what, just a separate agreement to keep you, to give you the confidence of holding the asset. You can actually exchange that value, 10% of that every month for 12 months, and that'll be the end of the contract. For me, we just have to create value in our own ways, but it's not for everybody. Not everyone can do that. So that's why we are organizing the training. So if you want to learn how to trade, you still have some few days. By 21st of this month, which is just on Saturday here, that the training program will be closed. So if you want to participate, we're going to I'll drop my wallet address on the YouTube chat and some information for you to make your payment. As soon as you make your payment, we will verify the payment, and then you have to approve that verification at your end. We are also looking at for houses. We are low-cost housing. We're looking at say something about it. Low-cost housing.
Yes, we have a very fantastic project going on here in Ghana. Those of you out there, we just want to also mention it to you to encourage you to do anything you want to do in your community, because you already have been given the asset. So maximize it and harness it. Now we have a project going on. Our system, our company is known as Homebridge. Homebridge is basically the first African tech people-driven real estate ecosystem. And what do we mean by that? We have a huge gap in the real estate market here. You know, there are a lot of developers in Ghana building houses, but the houses are not for the people. So there's a huge gap, as much as a frightening number of 1.7 million unit housing unit deficit in Ghana. And the number of Ghana is a developing country, growing. So how do we solve this problem? So we came up with, this company, this unique system called, the Home Bridge, to bridge the gap between the people and accessing the home that they really need, instead of struggling and be paying rent, So what it does, how we do it is that we have three gateways through which one can acquire a home. Currently, as we speak, like I said earlier, we have acquired, or we're in the process rather of striking a deal with a real estate company to acquire as much as 1,000 plots of land.
Where's that agreement, the proposal?
Yeah, it's right there.
Can you,
and that's the beginning of the success of what we want to do, because if you want to build a house, you will not build it in the air, you build it on the land. So the foundation has already been dug. So we have, this is the proof.
This is the proposal.
This is the proposal. 1,000 plots of land already down. We're on that deal. This is the site plan for you guys out there to see. We are not just talking; it's action. And then the Home Bridge, we actually are looking at how to, use ecosystem, meaning that we want to use things that nature, God has provided in order, and then also our innovation to reduce, the cost of housing. So our houses are going to be the cheapest on the market. So we want to solve the housing problem, and trust me, guys, what are we using to do this? We are leveraging on TBC. That is what we are leveraging on. So we are making everybody in Ghana to understand that this is not just any coin, this is not just anything, but it is actually the real asset and the future. It's the action I've started here. So very soon you will be seeing pictures. We'll be posting pictures on, when we start grading the site and everything. We'll update the community to encourage you out there to do same thing. Thank you so much.
Wow, beautiful. Let me give my beautiful wife what's going on here.
Yeah. And all I wanted to say is a lot of things, great things are happening in TBC. And I want to encourage you out there, if you're waiting for fiat exchange and you are eager to look for fast money, quick. I'm telling you, I will advise you. This quick money has landed us into slavery, into a lot of problems. Because at the end of the day, the elite knows that we have so much ability in us, we have so much creativity in us. But at the end of the day, well, do you know what TBC is doing for us? TBC is bringing us out, is bringing the best out of us. Now see what we are doing, Homes Bridge. If TBC was there, do you think that we would even get the idea of Homes Bridge? If we're relying on our government to help us, or we are relying on some elite, your central bank, that you think that can bail you out, do you know that we don't own them? Do you know they are owned by the Rothschild family? I think you don't have any idea of that. So why would you want somebody who doesn't want your well-being to give you fiat exchange? I think what you should do is you should look within yourself and realize that you have ability to make yourself who you are. And that's what TBC is giving us. See today, look around you and see the opportunities that are lying there for us. Now there is so much creativity coming. We are now able to produce power. We are now able to produce houses. We are now able to produce blocks out of low chemicals that we never respected.
And clay
and all this. We are now able to produce cars. You have all these abilities hidden up, but you were suppressed. But TBC has given you the power to bring it out. So why would you want to be controlled? Why do you want to be used? Why do you want to be fooled? Why do you believe that the central banks want your need? They want your help. If they wanted to eradicate poverty, don't you think they should have eradicated it by now? Ask yourself. So I would advise those who are waiting for fiat exchange that look within yourself. We are holding gold. We are holding diamonds. Don't waste the diamonds you have. And for those who want to also to join us, maybe you don't have that creativity, you've not traced it yet, it's there, but you don't know that it exists. Contact us. We'll help you to bring it out. And for those who want houses, join us, give you houses. And for those who want to buy a lot of TBC, and give you a secret. Do you know that TBC is a currency, just like a paper money in your home? Why would you have just a small bit and want to keep it? You rather want to liquidate it and buy. I always ask, would you want an asset or would you want a liability? Your paper money is a liability. You might think it's an asset. It's not an asset. Because today, a need will come. You finish everything and you're back to square one again. But an asset that will keep on giving me liquidation all the time, I'll prefer the asset to the liquidity. For that liability, because cash is liability. If you don't know, it's not an asset. So, because if cash is lying by you, do you think you can keep it for too long? No. But you can keep an asset for many years to come. And you can leave that asset for your kids. You can leave it for your generation to come. So I would advise you to go for assets. Don't go for liabilities. Go for assets that you know you can trust in for the rest of your life. And that is TBC. Thank you.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow.
Let me quickly chip in, to add to what Mrs. have just said. You see, I was showing you something yesterday about assets. She kept on emphasizing on asset. I think people need to get more education about asset and how TBC is an asset. Now, I will just read something out here. Talking about why people need a transferable asset like TBC, the billion coin in this digital age. So I'll quickly read it. Since we entered into the digital era a decade ago, the way we conduct business has changed dramatically, which everybody will agree to that. Information age in quote in terms, is a term rather we now hear every day. But what does it really mean? It has several definitions. People define it in their own word, but in one common sense, it illustrates a changing definition of property, which is asset. Then assets no longer have to be tangible. Some of the most powerful corporations, the elites rather, in the world rely on abstract information to survive. They design the forex, like you were saying. And then in order to capitalize on that value, however, the property has to be transferable. Please, my guys out there, quit thinking that one house standing somewhere is an asset. It's not transferable. It's not an asset in the digital age. And TBC is the right asset because it is transferable. I can send some, Kringles to you right now without any charges. I can send it, brother, in Nigeria. I can send it to you even out there in the States and anywhere you are. Quit thinking that the asset is one physical thing or the fiat money. Like my big madam said, it is not real. The real asset that is transferable is TBC.
Wow. Wow, like somebody said, what time is it? This is the time, you know, we are gradually moving into the 22nd century. You need to know that these things are changing. Yeah, with time, properties can become very good asset when they are all put in the blockchain. But the way it is now, with the way, you know, if you look at the system, the government is broke, the banks are broke, you know, there's no money, they have money in the system. So what are we going to do? Meanwhile, we have a lot of cars out there, nobody's buying. We have houses, nobody's buying. So it's time we begin to educate ourselves. Education is the assets. Your TBC is education. We have over 2 years a blog post that can educate you. You get there, your mind is open to the realities of what is happening around you. Then we have testimonials of TBCians all over the world, over 20,000 videos. You go to the testimonial section, you see people talking about how TBC has changed their lives. Guys, you know, we need to you need to bring value. That's basically what we are doing now. Cash flow. Admin was even saying, if you're not making between $500 to $1,000 weekly, you know, you need to do something by now. That means TBC is asset. You say fiat. You know, when you say when is fiat testing, when are we doing fiat testing? It's like saying, you know, this is a debt-based system and an abundance-based system. See, for us, we don't have a problem. For them, they have built a system of control. So until they think there is Mr. Isaac, until they think they are safe to work with you, and you know they can control the system, it's going to be difficult. See, so we're going to give them time to wake up. See, now they can see that their system is not working. So what you have is what you need to do whatever you want. So at this moment, I'm going to say thank you, Ben.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and you out there. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much. Love you. See you some other time. Bye.
Bye.